So my journey to becoming involved in the Sustainable Development Goals began in 2015 when I met my friend and my classmate Regina. Both of us had received scholarships from Rotary International to pursue graduate studies in international development. Both of us were leaders in our community, and we both shared a passion for women's empowerment. But both of us had grown up very different. I had the privilege of growing up here. Closer, okay. Is that good? Yeah, better? Okay. I had the privilege of growing up here in Vancouver, where I had access to one of the best education systems in the world. Her story was different. I realized this when one day in class we were talking about whether or not the world had become a better place compared to the previous generation. I raised my hand up in class and I boasted and proudly talked about the hundreds of education campaigns that are going on around the world. No Child Left Behind, Because I'm a Girl, Make It Right for Girls, the Convention on the Rights of a Child. I thought this generation was for sure better than the previous generation because of the opportunities girls had to access education. But that day, Regina pulled me aside and told me that girls in her village, including herself, were not able to pursue the education they deserved. She invited me to visit her rural village in eastern Kenya to find out why. So I went. In December 2015, I traveled to Ngomeni in eastern Kenya to learn more about the barriers girls face in her village in getting an education. On our way to her village, she told me how teenage pregnancy was a problem. In one school, only one school, 13 girls had dropped out due to teenage pregnancy. We started out by interviewing the teenage mothers to determine their needs. We interviewed girls as young as 15 who were raped by their teachers or elders in their community, and then kicked out of their homes for getting pregnant. We heard stories of girls who lost their babies to preventable diseases. And we listened closely as the girls described how they had to suffer from female genital mutilation just to be accepted by their families. And girls who had been infected by HIV. But most importantly, we saw the ambition in each girl's eyes, their drive to want to be teachers, doctors, business owners, and role models for other girls in their community. For example, we met 17-year-old Felix, who actually had the highest grades in all of the Eastern Kenya district. And when we interviewed her, she had recently lost her baby. And although she was suffering from a loss, she was still determined to go back to school. With her grades and her wit, she wanted to be a doctor to help prevent other babies from dying. She just needed help with half of her school fees, as her parents were able to afford only half. Felix's only dream was to go back to school, and all the girls we interviewed only saw hope in their lives if they continued with their education. They wanted to be independent and support their babies. So the stories of these girls haunted me. They inspired me, and I felt like I was carrying the weight of the stories on me. I had to share them, and I had to do something when I left Kenya. So this is how the Daughters of Ngomeni for Girls Empowerment was born. Regina and I started a community-based organization which aims to empower teenage mothers through a series of programs, such as the Youth Leader Scholarship Program, which provides young teenage moms with an opportunity to access education. Regina and myself are just two young women from two different parts of the world, trying to help other women. Last year, we paid school fees for 6 girls, but we want to do more. We have to do more. We have 35 other girls who dream to continue their education in her village. This year, 3 of them graduated that we helped, and we want to help them start their own business. And right now, we're trying to raise money to support them. Like Mercy, for example. She's pictured in this photo with her baby, and there's Regina over here and her family. Just recently, she graduated from hairdressing school because we helped pay for her last year of hairdressing school. And now she hopes to open up her own salon and hire other women to help her. So you see, what we're doing is called the girl effect. I mean, just look at our story. Me and Regina were given a scholarship to pursue education, and we turned it into an opportunity for other women to pursue education. When just 6 girls are educated, this can create a ripple effect for other girls to be educated. Only one girl's education means that her daughter will also be educated, and the income that she earns from this education will go towards supporting other girls in her community and her village and her family to be educated. And on this cycle will continue until we have ongoing generation of educated and empowered girls and women. Studies show that investing in girls' education delivers concrete, far-reaching economic and social benefits for all. And the girl effect is the reason that girls' education is related to every one of the Sustainable Development Goals, like ending poverty, achieving gender equality, as well as child and maternal health. Education of girls means that they are healthier, less likely to get married at an early age, more likely to use family planning, and more likely to contribute to the economy and support their families. And all of this starts with supporting just one girl to pursue her education. So I ask you to join me and Regina on our journey to support young mothers in reaching their potential and enhancing their community. Thank you.